Today I fucked up by offering a patient a blowjob. NSFW. Obligatory didn't happen today, happened last year. I work as a community nurse. I had a patient with a wound on his buttock, not far off from his rectum. We were using a vacuum dressing on it, obviously a very hard spot to get a good, airtight seal. For this reason, we had to use different types of paste, tape, and the area needed to be very dry. To achieve this, we used a blow dryer. I was chatting away with the patient and his wife while I worked away. The time came for me to dry the area, so I said, "Just going to give you a quick blow job." Thankfully, they pretended not to hear it / didn't acknowledge it. Cue my face going as red as possible and total embarrassment. Unfortunately, not the only time in my career that I've stuck my foot that far in my mouth. Edit, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. These puns in the comments are blowing me away. Thanks for the laughs everyone. Too long didn't read, work as a nurse, was using a blow dryer to dry area around dressing, said just going to give you a quick blow job. Died inside. Poor guy's still waiting for his blow job. Are you the head nurse? Oh, these are too good. Do you know if he came in an ambulance? No, that's why she needed to blow him. At least you didn't blow it. That would have sucked. Good thing he didn't blow it out of proportion. I'm a sucker for a good pun. Today I fucked up by cliff jumping on my period. Too long didn't read, at the end smile. Okay, so all you ladies will get me, but I'll explain a little bit for the guys out there. It was my last day on my period. I was kinda spotty but I didn't really have a flow. I was debating whether or not to even wear a tampon. We, friends, cute boys and I, we're going to boat all day. It took me a while to decide what to do. I went back and forth between wearing no tampon and just hopping in the water as often as possible or just having to deal with pulling a dry tampon out later. Sounds stupid but I was debating this forever. Dry tampons suck. Flash forward a few hours and we're cliff jumping off the red rocks. I ended up jumping off at 50 feet for my highest jump. I was having a blast. Flash forward another few hours and we stopped at the store by the docks. I went to the bathroom to pull out my dry tampon, to make sure I wasn't too spotty. I couldn't remember if I put one in, but there wasn't a string so I figured I never put one in. Flash forward another 8 hours and, to my horror, I can feel a rounded cotton bit shoved up my vagina. It's deep in there. And when I say deep, I mean, I can barely reach it with my middle finger. Sorry for the visual. I'm panicking trying to drag this heifer out, but the stress, dryness and deepness made it really hard to make a successful excavation. So I called the only other girl in our carpool to meet me in the bathroom. Flash forward about 20 minutes and I'm on all fours of a gas station bathroom floor, with a friend I haven't known more than a week, palm deep with rubber dish gloves up my vajayjay fishing for a rotten, dry, painful tampon. Had some good laughs about it, but I do not plan on wearing a tampon cliff jumping again. Too long didn't read, forgot I had a tampon in and cliff jumped so it forcefully got stuck up my hoo-ha. I'm just a guy, but I imagine you and the new lady friend are pretty much good pals from here on out, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, she's a keeper. A goddamn superhero. As a female I can imagine exactly how that felt. That's rough. But at least you realized 8 hours later and not 8 days later. True, toxic shock syndrome is no joke. Oh you poor thing. I hope you bought that girl a drink after she got so personal with your bits. I have chills thinking about the feeling and sound, yes sound, of tugging on a dry tampon. Or, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. Sound of cotton, it has a sound, and it gives me goosebumps and drives me crazy. I hate that sound. So, I have really bad memory problems and could not remember if I put a tampon in one day. It was like day 2 of my period so it was bad. And I had really heavy periods so leaking out onto the panty liner was an everyday thing. But I didn't want to put another one in if there was already one there. I dug around in there and didn't feel anything but I have short arms and fingers so I was still worried about it. I asked a friend of a couple of years who did agree to help. It was awful and very awkward. I found nothing and she made fun of me for it for years afterward. The highlight was when she said, "Oh, that's what a cervix feels like." Today I fucked up by telling my family my wife was going to die. So, most of my family uses iMessage for communicating via their iPhones, while my brother and I use Android phones. I specifically use Textra. My sister has recently had a baby, and sent a group message out to everyone of said baby, dressed in her Christmas clothes. Very cute. My wife, despite the 2 young children we already have, is permanently desperate for another baby to play with. I flippantly said wife name is going to die. As in, wife name will die with excitement when she sees that photo. The problem is, that Textra, although it receives the message as a group from the iMessage sender, the reply goes out to all the members of the group, as an individual message. So my entire family received a message from me, not in the context of the group chat, saying wife name is going to die. You should also know that my darling wife has been battling stage 4 cancer for the last 2 years, and while it appears we may have the upper hand on it, it's still touch and go as to if she is in remission/ned. So with that context, every single member of my family proceeded to blow up my phone immediately with "Oh my god, what happened? Call me." Messages and phone calls from everyone, while I sat there wondering what in God's name happened to make them all panic. Until I realized, oh, that was me that caused them all to panic. My wife and sister think it's the funniest thing they've heard all year. My mum is less impressed. Too long didn't read. I told my family my cancer-fighting wife was going to die with a lack of very important context. That's the type of story that will be funny for years to come. Considering his wife's condition, let's hope for that. When my wife got pregnant, my idea for the pregnancy announcement was to gather the family together to tell them about a growth in her abdomen the doctors found. She only had a couple of handfuls of months to live before her life was over. At which point I showed the ultrasounds. It didn't go as well as I thought it would. She laughed though, so whatever. You know what, I got a proper chuckle out of that. They found the tumor in her abdomen less than a week after she gave birth to our second kid, so your story is incredibly right on the money. If we ever do have a third, unlikely, but you never know. Hi everyone, we've got some serious news. The mass in her belly is back. And it's growing again. We're calling it Samuel. Or that really make my mind blow. Your family is so cute. So, shout out to the battling cancer. You both are so strong. You will get through this together. My best wishes for you guys. I was frantically typing a group message to everyone as fast as I could to try and explain WTF happened, even while I was still trying to wrap my head around it. Glad it was such an innocuous message in the context. I mean, Jesus. I guess sending a porn link to everyone on your contact list and claiming you were hacked won't work here. Either way, laughter is good medicine, so keep the minor fuck-ups happening to keep wife name laughing. I got a gentle smack on the back of the head when I picked her up from work. I had a similar issue with Textra, fixed it by disabling split long SMS messages in settings. ZunaFilms edit, and group messaging in settings should be set to chat. Yep, just found that overlooked setting.